Welcome back. You're in luck. I've found the perfect magic trick for you. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Makoto a street magician. When I was younger, I watched Fool Us with my grandparents. I loved Penn and Teller's passion for magic, and I saved up all my allowance to buy their magic books. I learned the art of misdirection from them. I'm fascinated by how magicians use language and psychology to influence people. My magic exploits the way people see and hear things. You can make them believe they saw something that was never there. My grandparents are still my biggest fans and encouraged me to get started as a street magician. I'm out there working 10 to 12-hour days. There's no better way to master your magic. This is my first time to perform on national TV, and it's a whole new ballgame. Hopefully my street smarts will be enough to outsmart Penn and Teller tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Makoto Halverson.
Oh, thank you. Have you ever walked down a busy street, thought you recognized a friend, went up to say hi, but it turned out to be somebody else? I have. It can be embarrassing. I've hugged the wrong person before.
Oh.
Called a random lady mom.
Oh, that's really awkward.
I learned on the internet that there's a word for this phenomenon of mistaken identities. They're called doppelstrangers. It's like a doppelganger, but a stranger. Instead of being a double of a person, it just kind of looks like them. Basically what happens is your brain sees a few key details like the person's hair or the way they walk, and it fills in the gaps, creating a very compelling hallucination. We can actually recreate that experience using a pack of cards. Alyson, in a moment I'm going to have you name a playing card from the pack, but before I do, I'd like to clarify something for everybody watching. I didn't meet you backstage secretly before the show and ask you to name a particular card to help out with my demonstration, did I?
No.
I asked the wrong person. Why does this keep happening? It's okay, this should still work. Would you please name a card for us anyway?
3 of clubs.
The 3 of clubs. Do you want to change your mind? That is Penn and Teller's card after all.
Oh, cute. No.
Okay, the 3 of clubs works perfectly for me. There it is, the 3 of clubs. Now, just like the person who isn't there when you think you recognize them, we're going to isolate the 3 of clubs away from the other cards in the pack by placing it inside. Oh, actually, before I put it in my pocket, I should show you guys. The pocket is empty and ordinary. No slits, no extra compartments to help me out. Now, we're going to isolate the 3 of clubs from the pack in the pocket, out of sight, but in our minds. Now, Alyson, would you please touch any card you like from the pack? That one there. You touched the 2 of clubs. Very, very similar to the 3 of clubs, naturally. Just missing the pip in the center there. It's pretty much the same card. So if you saw the 2 of clubs in a glass elevator on the other side of the mall, perhaps, as it was ascending for a moment, you might think it looked just like the 3 of clubs. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Let's see if we could do that twice. It's always better the second time, so I've been told. Watch. Alyson, would you please touch another card for us from the pack? Anyone you like?
Hey.
Oh, that one there?
Yes.
You touched the 10 of hearts. Now, the 10 of hearts is quite a bit different than the 3 of clubs, but it does have a lot of pips on there. So maybe if it was dark and you were in an escalator and you passed them by, when they turn the corner, you might think for a moment that the 10 of hearts looked like the 3 of clubs. And that's what looks like magic. We can't do it more than 3 times anyway. Would you touch one more card for us? That one there?
Yes.
You touched the 10 of clubs. Well, the 10 of clubs obviously looks like the 10 of hearts from earlier, and it's wearing the same suit as the 3 of clubs. So if you saw the 10 of clubs behind a closing gate, perhaps, at an airport, you might think for a second it looked just like the 3 of clubs, which is impossible. So you've had 3 cards selected from the pack, and they all looked like the 3 of clubs that you named. But of course, that's impossible because the 3 of clubs was in the pocket the entire time. So these 3 cards could not have been the 3 of clubs, and in fact, they never were.
Makoto Halverson! Woo! Oh, that was very impressive.
Thank you, Alyson.
Wow. What's your favorite place to perform?
I really love Harvard Square. I used to street perform over there. It's right near Harvard University, and because street performing was a part of the culture there for 20, 30 years, people just stop, watch, have fun, and support the artists. When I was a kid, I'd visit my grandparents around that area and see people with huge 200, 300 crowd shows around them, and now those people are my friends, and I think that's really fun.
And so is it hard to move from the street to the stage?
It's very different, actually, because on the street, no one show matters all that much. So if I mess up, then I could just, do another show. Whereas here, you get the one shot to fool the boys.
Well, let's see if the boys know how you did your trick.
Oh, absolutely.
Boys.
Hey, Makoto, really good. Really, really nice. It's a version for people at home. It's a takeoff of Everywhere and Nowhere,
Yes.
which is a wonderful card routine. And the choices that you had were all free choices. You really were making completely free choices. You were getting where you had to get while handling the deck, which takes a great deal of skill to get there. Without setups, without anything else, you're just totally there. And the theme was really, really nice about how you can mistake somebody. Sometimes this isn't the same thing, but sometimes people come to me and say, "Hey, are you Teller?" They'll say to me, even though I'm Penn. And I've even heard that Teller has been mistaken for me, even though he's much shorter than me. And I think I probably slipped a couple things in there that gave you some information on what we were thinking.
Makoto, you did not fool Penn and Teller.
Oh, that's to be expected. They're my heroes. Thanks, guys.
Makoto Halverson!